So this is a bit of a different video. I know it's a different format. Some people said I should try this with some specific videos. So this is going to be one of them because, well, as you're seeing right here on the screen, if everything works out correctly, it's a Hollywood Reporter article. And I didn't want to just cover this in like a basic quick video. I wanted to kind of look through this, obviously see what the people writing this are saying over on the Hollywood Reporter and kind of give my thoughts over what's going on here. So again, this is like the first time I'm doing a video like this, so we'll see. We'll see if this continues or not, but, you know, let's get into this. Obviously, the title here, Why No One Will Get Fired Over Joker Folie Deux. Now, obviously, the film, right, it's not doing good. The reception from everybody has been pretty abysmal. You know, everybody pretty much hates the film, so there you go. And you can just see by the byline here, which would be right here, you know, a huge disaster. And then asking about the fallout and how it's probably not going to hit that $1 billion, which, again, there's a lot to this. You know, it's like a layered system, and you're just kind of getting that here. And then getting into the actual, like, crux of the article, and it's pretty long. I'm not going to do the entire thing. I'm just going to talk about some of the points. So, Michael DeLuca and Pamela, now, they took over, as it says right here, in early June of 2021. Now, if you guys remember, there was a whole lot of changes happening with the WB in terms of what was going on for, like, years. You know, just in the last 14 years, they've gone through 3 different hands, tons of different CEOs. So this would be in the midst of all the Snyder is fired fallout, but then you have what happened with other people like Ann Sarnoff and Walter Hamada, who were WB and DC adjacent, and they were just like, you know, fired, right? So that's what it's talking about here. I'm just trying to provide context so people understand. So these are the people that were in charge at the time who greenlit Joker, $50 million film, and there you go. And then we talk about, you know, what happens here. Phoenix getting a $20 million payday. Okay. And then the budget of $190 million compared to the first film's $55 million. So obviously everything went up, right? That just makes sense. It's how it goes. So what we already see here is $55 million for the original, $190 reportedly. It might be higher according to many reports. We're not going to know till the fiscal year is done. That's a problem, you know? So what we're seeing here is that Todd Phillips essentially got told he can do whatever he wants. You can do no wrong because the first film did so good. So go at it, right? And then what they're going to talk about here is Lady Gaga, how she was paid $12 million for this. Now, you know, I just want to provide context here. You're paying Joaquin Phoenix 20, and reportedly he got like, what, 8 to 10 for the first one? Lady Gaga getting $12 million when Robert Pattinson wasn't even paid $1 million for the Batman. But let's keep going. Let's keep going, you know? So they talk a little bit more about here how, well, like the people in charge, right? They couldn't say no to a sequel, which is true. Remember, Joaquin Phoenix, everybody was on point. They were like, we're not doing a sequel. It doesn't make sense. But then when the studio comes to you and they offer you $20 million and the co-star $12 million, these guys, they saw what the first film did and said, we can do that again. But the big outlier here is, of course, Todd Phillips. Todd wanted to do something completely different. And then once we get into the article some more, we're going to talk about how it failed overseas. But also, you're looking at the domestic and everything and how it came in under the Marvels. Now, the Marvels, as it says right here, 46.1 million. That's bad. This is worse, you know? So we then look at Morbius, which admittedly is a terrible film. entertaining terrible film, but, you know, that did better. Now, just think of this. You're sitting there, you're the people that greenlit this sequel. The budget is 3 to 4 times more than the original film. But what we're seeing here is that the return is nowhere near it. So now people are going to start answering. And right here, they're going to get into David Zaslav. And Zaslav has had disaster after disaster after disaster. He might be one of the worst CEOs out there in terms of what he's doing to a big company in the entertainment industry. And for those that know, him and the likes of Bobby Kotick of Activision, they're actually really good friends. They have a group of billionaires. They call themselves the Schmoozers. And their goal is to just get golden parachutes. If you're not aware of what that is, it doesn't matter if you fail. You're going to write yourself a bonus. Somebody else will be, fired or plastered with the blame, and you're fine. So, in essence, what we're seeing here in this article, and again, if you guys want the full context, go read it, because it is rather lengthy. I'm just trying to set up some of the details here. They talk about DC Films, Walter Hamada. They talk about some of the stuff that was greenlit, James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over. And essentially what you got here by the end of this article is a giant piece talking about how it doesn't matter that this failed this hard. Nobody is going to get fired due to this. Nobody substantial. The people that are going to be hurt from this are the filmmakers that aren't Todd Phillips or Joaquin. It's the smaller people, They're the ones that are going to get some of the blame, and they're going to be looking for a job and not hired back by this studio. And, we're in this point right now, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but Joaquin committed to a film years ago. They were ready to shoot it. About 4 weeks ago, he gets uncomfortable with the film specifically written for him, which he helped and he was going to act in. They were literally ready to shoot, and he walked away from it. Hundreds of jobs and labor went to waste. He got a golden parachute. He still got money. But that's what this is getting down to, that no matter how much blame there is, nobody worth note is going to get fired. And as you see right here, neither Phillips nor Phoenix were ever sure about making a sequel. And that's the point. Nobody wanted it. We still got it. So, in the end, what we have here is a disaster whose unfortunate existence and failure is going to impact so many people that aren't responsible directly for this. And the people involved with this are going to get another shot. Thus, that's how we end this video. Because Hollywood is systematically broken, just like every other entertainment industry.